behind. Check the radio, pit crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice. Fuel it up once or twice. Come on, fast is the way to drive. Crowds all on their feet, not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the driver's seat. Checkered flag would be sweet. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Everybody get ready. On your feet. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Crank it up. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Crank it up. Oh, it's
Things could kick up a bit. Things could get a little wild on the Monster Mile. There's only one thing we know. Nothing is for sure on this track. The high-banked, high-level escape of the Monster Mile is now on full display here at Dover Motor Speedway. Hi again, everyone. I am the Crusader, Christian Shriver, joining you guys live here on PTM Racing TV's YouTube channel. Ready for the action to kick up and ready for the speeds to kick underway. We are currently getting ready for our driver lineup and our field set in motion, set onto the pace and in control. A huge lineup of drivers getting ready to get at here and go for broke on this field and on this track. Could be a very interesting position for the 16, 17 best of the drivers of the Misfitz iRacing League SRM Truck Series that have made the stage and made the show. So with that in mind, though, it's time to take a look at our starting lineup here on the field and on the positions. On the pole today, representing in the 31, Dominic Lee will be our number 1 seed. As outside will be Joe Tardif, representing in the number 1. Row number 2 is Sharon Slade. In the 14 is outside. In the 51, that'll be Jesse Singleton. Row number 3 is the 35, Josh Previtt is outside. In the 4, that is going to be Philip Willis. Row number 4 is going to be Hunter Bailey. In the 24 is outside. In the 48, that is Trevor Keith. Row number 5 is the 98 of Kenneth Brown outside. In the 91, Noah Henkel. Row number 6 is the 12 of Matt Mingo is outside. In the 85, that is TJ Lear. Row number 7 is Grant Turner. And the 7 is outside. It will be the 20, that is Tyler Willard. Row number 8 is going to be Patrick Jenks. In the 38 is outside. In the 26, Kelly Hyatt. Final starter in the field today, representing the number 18, Julian Conde. And with that, the field has now arisen and rose. Stage number 1 about to kick off. Pats fans, let's say let's go racing. Pats fans, good to have you back on board today. Your field now going to march onto the track, onto the open canvas. The landscape of fields and track reign supreme here. Who's who drivers right now getting ready to take it down to the track, take it onto the field. Solid lineup of field guys, very hard-hitting crew here to say the least. Should be an interesting race position, an interesting race setup here for some of these drivers to have to kind of punch and push their way through into the field, into the track. Jenks and Kenneth Brown right now currently on the low end of the track. They have not been able to get out of pit road yet. Looks like they have missed the start, so that will set them back just a little bit of a ways. Nevertheless, your field gonna rocket them off corner number 4 here, paced off to the field into the end. Dover Motor Speedway, it is time to go racing here. As we get them off of corner number 4 to our Speedmaster starting zone. Green flag high in the air. We're off and running at the Monster Mile. Stage number 1 in hot pursuit. Some bumpers tagged in. Some guys already kind of mixing it up a little bit. That's one thing you'll see a lot of. A lot of drivers early on trying to evade, trying to avoid themselves. Same time, also trying to find an opening or trying to find a chute to work through if they can. U.S. Air Force number 24 of 100 Bailey right now, keeping up with Philip Willis there in the Publix machine. That's fans. You'll have to talk with the crew on that one there. You'll have to talk with Patrick Jenks as well. He'll be the one to get to on that call. Coming down out of turn number 2 here, Dusty Singleton staying right behind the number 1 Joe Tiff and the Mountain Dew machine. Code Blue trying not to call for a Code Blue as he works off the field, backs down 2 positions. He's currently running the 4th. Singleton trying to get back a spot of his, which is right where Tardif is. Singleton trying to keep a speed alive here as Philip Willis is now starting to patrol on him. You can see there are 2 lines to hit from the middle or the bottom. Most drivers will be trying to aim it towards the bottom and roll them off towards the center to get to the top side without slapping that wall around a bit. The biggest problem you're going to see though with a lot of drivers is when they go into a double file scenario. That's where you're going to see a lot of guys kind of pushing their luck and kind of pushing these trucks just a bit more. TJ Lear in the 85, representing in the pink and white machine. Got a little love to Breast Cancer Awareness Fund, trying to defeat and destroy cancer for once and for all. With 26 Kelly Hyatt also representing pretty well in that cancer treatment machine. Grant Turner finally figuring out how to get the baseline working and got the Flash and Go Graphics 7 all cooked up and ready here. Uh-oh, trouble there right on the front straightaway. A big wreck ensuing. 3 trucks involved. Julian Conde, Hunter Bailey, and Noah Henkel both involved. Drawing out our first caution of the day. Huge hit there, unfortunately, on the front straightaway. And I'm not totally sure what went wrong. We had a camera down there. Looks like a little toe tap on the 12 and the 91 Henkel. Bailey trying to get out of the way, and then Conde, oh man, Conde just went straight, rammed in there. We had an onboard camera there with Conde, and I guarantee you this is not going to be a very pleasant sight for him. I don't think he was too happy about this one. Top up of the screen, you can see the little toe tap of Bailey from the 12, Matt Mingo. And then Bailey just drove it right back up top side, and Conde really had no choice there. He was pretty much going to be locked and hit there, so slammed the brakes, but nothing he can do. Getting a little bit of a help there from the 38 of Patrick Jenks. Looks like he wants to try to at least help him out, get a pit road after that hit. Knows that the front end's too damaged up and cooked up to get the engine line, engine oil back on. Looks like he'll make it in there, and Jenks will follow behind, so it looks like he'll give him a bit of a hand there. I guarantee you, though, that 18 is not a happy camper. Thankfully for him, his pit stop is not too far down where he needs to be, so he just needed just a little bit of a push to kind of help get him closer in. There he goes. It's to repair up, and now a brand new motor put in. It'll be okay to return to action. So a bit of a mistake, unfortunately, causing quite a few drivers to get wrecked out and put into a bit of a bad spot, but that will just recenter off and regain attention here. Everyone now gonna have to keep a close eye on where they're at and what's going on. There's still plenty of room though for them. So 10 laps in so far. A little bit chaotic out of the gate. Gotta expect what you usually see from Dover. The SRM Truck Series though, Misfitz iRacing League, definitely trying to do their best, do whatever they can to kind of put up the number, put on the shots. And that actually gives us a second to kind of talk with some of these guys right now and listen in to some of them. I can't believe we forgot all about that there. Unfortunately, we've been dealing with some broadcasting issues on our end, trying to deal with the added troubles. Somebody left the lights on here, and now our power's been kind of flickering on and off here, so we've been trying to get that dialed up and cleaned up at least. Well, at least we know we got two more breaks coming up because of the stage breaks, so we'll get to talking with the guys right after that. But right now, I think everyone's just kind of trying to stay focused, kind of stay on the verge and on the race here. Field marching around. I'm off of corner number 4 this time on by. Stage 1 resumes on. We still got a lot of racing ahead of us here, folks. A lot of racing ahead of us and a lot of action to kind of contour too. Out of the gate, Dominic Lee in the 31 got some company on his outside. Here comes that number 35, Josh Previtt, our winner here on PTM Racing TV. One back at Bristol Motor Speedway. They're going to get the IRBY machine up ahead and right into the charge. Got a good run off there, managed to sneak his way through the field, sneak his way through the track side here. Everyone else just kind of following up with suit, trying to avoid any trouble when they can. And you can see too, it gets chaotic up there, and it gets chaotic on the bottom too. There is no safety net, there is no window for anything other than just to get out of the way and get out of the mess when you can. Both drivers right now between Willis and Mingo having a good little tussle here. Wait, trouble down there. What's going on? Josh Previtt has completely wrecked out the truck. Your race leader has smashed into the wall. Now there is huge problems at 35 camp. What on earth happened to the 35? Caution came out here. Did not come out, but what happened on that one? He gets into pit road. Oh, I think I might have an idea here. Look at this. Yep. Oh, man. Dominic Lee goes right up into him, cleans him completely out. Singleton just barely avoids him, and that's what he was trying to run away from. And Previtt right now, I gotta believe, not a happy camper for that one. Frankly, you can't even blame him. I don't think any driver, much less him, was expecting to have to be ran down on that end of that corner. Lee back down to quite a few spots into this position. The 14 is Sharon Tifley is going to take the race lead in the Fury 14 Toyota Tundra. Taking full control of this one. One man's mistake is another man's treasure, I guess, and that's what they're doing. Trevor Keith, the 48 Toyota Tundra driver now leaning and working his way on around, getting some great positioning, corner off entry. Damage on Previtt though extremely bad, and he's going to be working that whole truck out, trying to fix it up and clean it out. Battle between Mingo and Singleton here as they are going to go head to head here into turn number 3. They were still battling off corner number 1 and 2, but this time around off 3, they were able to separate out. Singleton gets the Black Decker 51 ahead, and remember, Singleton last time out absolutely just obliterated this field at Sonoma. I mean, it wasn't even a chat about whether or not he was going to win it. It was a chat about whether or not they were even going to be able to find a way to catch him. He had that thing locked up. He had that to the track. He had everything on all full circle. And Sherrod Slade even now having some problems down there. The 14 slowed down into a corner here. What is going on in the Monster Mile today? Damage on the 14. Slayton Maya took a little bit of a nudge there into the wall protection. We got a PTM Instant replay for that here. He was your race leader. And not only did he get hunted down, but he also kind of hunted himself down. Joe Tardif there kind of moving his way into position here. Came off the top, slams the wall. Tardif, presence of mind, gets around him, and then with that little slowdown was able to catch ahead of him. Slate definitely thought he had an opening and a chance to really start running away with this one, but the field said otherwise. Into the wall again, this time at Mingo. Mingo, watch out, wrecking, and we got a caution. Well, at this point, I think it's safe to say the monster is alive and well, and it's eating a few drivers while it's up for breakfast. That is not looking good right now. Just came off in the corner there, and once he got slammed in the wall, he really had no idea what he was going to be able to do from there. There was nothing he could have been. Once you're kind of trapped in that spot, you're kind of trapped in position, you're pretty much just going along for the ride because there's really nothing you can do about it. See right here, come off and slam. See, he's trying to steer it away, and then as soon as he hit that wall, he was done. There was just no give. Well, there is the good news. There's silver lining. Josh Previtt is going to be able to try to get back out on the track here and have a chance. Julian Conde going to get his lap back as well. He's already damaged up on the front of that nose as well here, so I don't know how bad he took another hit somewhere in this field, but that will bring us back to our caution again, or stage number 1. Still got plenty of laps remaining. Can we get them through to the end of stage 1 within one piece? Find out when we return. Today's race here is presented in part by our friends at Speedmaster. Speedmaster RC boats, the fastest RC radio control. Only one brand name is that, and that is Speedmaster. Well, right now I am very curious to know what the heck is going on the track and what the heck these guys are dealing with and going through here. So I think we're going to have to kind of chat with a few of these boys here and see what's going on down there. But nevertheless, we'll bring him in here, go through the field, and I think we're going to start off here with the 91. Noah Hinkle going to join us in now. Here he is on the radio call here. Hinkle, you got a copy down there?
Yeah, I got you.
All right, Mr. Hinkle, right now currently, that's I've been the best day for you out of the start. Get into a little bit with the 2400 Bailey now, having to try to get this thing started off with the Skittles 91. What's going on down there?
Well, the monster is alive, like you said. That wreck early on really kind of threw off my game plan. I have to deal with limited fast repairs now. Kind of trying to just take it easy in the back right now.
We're going to take it easy in the back. I know there's 2 stages and had to persevere and go through. The final stage, are we going to be trying to see you kick it up a little bit, you think?
Yeah, I think that's the plan. I think at this point it's just trying to survive till the end. It's a long race.
For sure there. Thank you for your time there down there, Hinkle.
Yep, thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Noah Hinkle on the call there on the lineup. Let us know and let us in on his feelings and everything that went wrong. Take a listen to the guy that he kind of got clipped into as well there, Hunter Bailey. We'll see how he is reacting and handling down there. Hunter, you got a copy down there?
Yeah, I got you.
All right, Hunter, man. I know this hasn't been the best day for you, but now with these cautions kind of flying out, with a chance to get some laps back, I mean, how confident are you might be able to get back on the lead lap?
I mean, obviously, I just want to thank United States Air Force RTC for sponsoring us tonight. They're a huge partner of us. Same with Exalta and Farners Racing. Because of them, I'm going to give it all I got to get those laps back, but it's going to be difficult with the stages. Obviously, that's going to help, but we just need to keep fighting and digging like we always do. I got great teammates that are kind of pumping me up in a very unfortunate situation, so we'll get back there. The Team 24 ain't out of this yet.
Certainly is, and indeed. Hunter, thank you for your time here, bud.
Yep, thank you guys for all you do.
Absolutely. Hunter Bailey, ladies and gentlemen, on the call there. So the lineup now changing up a bit here. Everyone just kind of getting situated from pit road. Singleton now will be a race leader. Kelly Hyatt now up the top spot. Dominic Lee back in there as well. Patrick Jenks in the 4th spot here. This should be interesting to see the least. Josh Private already down there talking with the officials. He's trying to let them, he's telling them pretty much kind of he's done for, and there's a reason why he's done for. And he's pointing it right out at one of those guys down there you may have seen earlier. We won't bring their name up now, but you can say it, but it was unfortunate situation and circumstances there in their mind. So we'll have to see how the officials react to it next race. Step for not right now, though. Huge wreck ensuing on the front stretch. Pile up out of the gate. No! Oh my goodness. Well, we always say in racing, watch out for the starts and watch out for turn 1. Well, the start was what pretty much got this one all wrapped up again. Here's a look at the replay. This was not good. Got on the gas, slammed the brake as he was getting loose, and Jenks and them had absolutely nowhere to go. Wow. I really don't know what else to tell you there, folks, other than just wow. Like, watch this. You try to call the 51 start, then he gets wrecked in, and where else is he gonna go? And then, whoa, wait. Who was that? Hold on. Can we go back and find who that was, please? Who went airborne? That was TJ Lear that went airborne. Oh my goodness. TJ tried to avoid it. Instead, he went out of here. Well, I really don't even know what to say anymore. I don't even know. We're not even 1/3 of the way into this race, guys. I really don't know what else to say. Can we bring some drivers in to talk, please, producers? Do we have a few? Well, who do we have that we haven't talked to yet? Because I know there's a few of them we may want to leave alone right now. Well, we can't leave all of them alone. We gotta talk to somebody. Alright, there we go. Alright. Well, we got one driver we're gonna be able to chat with here real quick here. Piloting the code blue Mountain Dew. Ladies and gentlemen, the #1, Joe Tardif. And Joe, you got a line down there in a copy. I hope you're kind of grounded there on that truck, because it seems like some of these guys aren't grounded on the track today.
No, they're not. There's been some questionable driving in the corner so far, I'd see.
Well, I'd say also in the air too, because we just saw poor old TJ Lear just go for a wild little ride into orbit there. The monster definitely eating him up and taking for a bite to eat, I guess.
Yeah, I kind of seen him go to the infield for a quick 5-minute break.
Well, Right now, it seems like you're not taking any breaks when it comes to trying to stay into that top 5 bracket or in the top half. What's going on down with the strategy and the crew here with these stage breaks?
Truck's good. Truck's real good. I on that pit stop, the first caution, I sped coming off, so fell back to 14th, and now I think I'm 6th. So truck's fine. Just got to keep it clean. Get that last stage in.
For sure there. All right. Well, nevertheless, Joe, we appreciate your time here, sir. Best of luck as we get you back into this.
Thank you.
Joe Tardive, ladies and gentlemen. Field currently just working their way around, kind of piloting them down to the track. Let's take another listen in with some of our other guys here, piloting in the 48. Ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be the JDM number crew. It is the 48 of Trevor Keith.
Hey, how you guys?
Yeah, we're doing all right. Right now, it seems like you're doing okay too. Qualified 8th and kind of staying right where you were. How's the truck feeling so far?
Feeling good. I loved over. Kind of messed up my qualifying lap, hit the wall on the first one. It was a way faster one, but it's all right. Got up to 2nd there. Took some tires, you know, came back down and then got involved in whatever just happened. I don't even know. But so far so good. Used the fast power already though, so we got to be a little bit more careful now.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I mean, once you use that fast repair in a situation like this, I mean, does it kind of force you to have to be very, very careful and more cautious, or do you just not even try to get up closer to that front?
That's where I want to be. It's for my game plan is more get to the front and stay out of whatever is going to happen in the back, even though that just happened in the front. But still, try to get away from everybody. Basically, is my plan.
Good plan, good strategy, Keith. We appreciate your time here, sir. Thank you for coming on board.
Yep. Thank you guys.
Representing for JDM here, Trevor Keith on the line. Well, you can say he's going to try to hide in the back. I'm going to tell you guys right now, there ain't no safe place to hide. The monster is awake. It's opened. It is roaring. It is chewing up some drivers and some trucks. And if that is the case, we might be here a while. Coming around off turn number 4, they've got to watch that start. We still have a few laps remaining in stage 1. Can they get it going? Looks like they will. Green is out. Jesse Singleton already marched to a huge lead out of the gate. Dominic Lee and Matt Mingo trying to hunt him down, trailing back and trailing forward. Philip Willis trying to get around to the Tech U number 7 of Grant Turner, as Grant currently tries to pump up the baseline a little bit and hang in with his crew and get this field rocking and rolling. The rest of your contenders right now trying to get back into this as well. The W Energy Drink RD38, Patrick Jenks, after a, shall we say, tumultuous little problem earlier on that start, now has to try to rework his field back into the front here with damage and instant repairs used up. Matt Mingo has now closed in on the 51 of Jesse Singleton. This is your battle for the race lead. Singleton trying to keep the Black Decker 51 up ahead of the JDM crew. And Mingo is not giving him an inch, nor is he letting him breathe one little bit. Really, to me, it seems like he's trying to stay focused on his timing, stay focused on his shot here, and maybe find a way around him when he can. Problem is, though, is again that Singleton is keeping a close tab and a close call on where the 12 goes and where he maneuvers to. So forcing him around a little bit does intentionally wear out his tires. It wears out the other driver as well when he can, so that makes it just a little bit harder to kind of control and kind of dissipate from. And to the back of the back right now, Noah Henkel already making some great charges here. Henkel King Skettle 91 Toyota Tundra right up ahead of the number 1 of Joe Tardif with a Mountain Dew Go Blue. Willis trying to force the one up topside there, the bottom lane, without a doubt the way to go, and it's their fastest line. And that's exactly what these guys are trying to put up and do here, Sharon Slate. Despite the problems earlier, making a bit of a comeback here to the top 10 at least for now, maybe looking for more later. Easier said than done, especially considering how far they were back in the field. But pacing their way through, they are continuously moving the chains. Speaking of moving the chains right now, battle for the 5th spot. Noah Henkel and Tyler Willard having a little tussle down there as Willard opened the door in the Black Rifle coffee machine to that number 91 of Henkel. Henkel able to drive off. And Willis working his way through, trying to keep the momentum and the pressure on him as well as on the track. Sharon Slate making some great observations, making some great maneuvers in through the turns and in through the speed of the corners. The apexing that they work with and use at so many shots and trials and tribulation really just make it that much more interesting to really see who can gain and ground the most attention and the works here. Coming up close, coming up fast here. Looks like stage break is coming in here. We are nearing the end of it and approaching the speeds. The quick time and the quick shots around. Jenks trying to make a quick verge and trying to get some position up for this one here. Must have forgotten he did an instant repair because he's driving like he stole the truck or he owns the place. Because he's not caring too much about who's in his way or what's going on in front of him. Joe Tardif's on park camera right now, giving us a great outlook and a great little look around at where he is putting the Mountain Dew voltage machine up in with the rest of the crew. Dominic Lee, the Roll 31, we saw him earlier on putting up a great little performance, but then getting toe tapped and ho-hommed with some of the drivers, and that ended up sending him back a little bit of a ways back through those fields. So now he's trying to hopefully find a bit of an edge, find a bit of a drive off to kind of get back to these guys and right into this race. Singleton, though, having all the company in the world and all the pressure on him. Mingo coming right back at him, gets a piece of him on the corner, and now Keith Henkel and them all getting their chance here. This is a 4-truck battle for the lead. 5 laps remaining here in the stage break, too. This is getting very intense. Mango trying to hold him on, trying to hold back into this case here, but Singleton is not getting a room to them. Focusing on his drive, focusing on his power and will. Willis caving the inside, caving around. Henkel going back up top, got trapped. Willis looking for the pass now for the 3rd slot. Henkel really left himself high and dry there, knew he couldn't really make a move off, so he had to kind of ditch out and back off from the rest of the crew. A smart move, but at same token, a bit of a risky move. Considering how many positions and how much spots he lost on that. And you can just see right on that back stretch as well, onto the back half, these high bank curved ends showing what they're worth and what they're for. Keith and Mingo right now showing every little bit of it. Oh, Mingo, hang on, buddy. Gets into the wall, slams it up, right front tires, probably taking a bit of a beating down there. Almost taking himself completely out of this one, but he was able to mix and manage his way. Mingo and Keith now right on the barge. By the way, ignore the stuff we got going on in the chat as well. Currently, we're dealing with them. Caution flag is out. Stage number 1 has been concluded, and Trevor Keith going to be our stage number 1 winner. Man, did he have to drive for that one too? Mingo gave him all he had. Willis making a pretty good little fight off and comeback here. Everybody doing their best efforts, trying to do their best drive to get in and get this one underway. But now, with stage 1 on the books, who can take home stage number 2? Find out with us when we return here at PTM Racing TV. Today's race here presented in part by our friends at Speedmaster. With the RC radio control hobby always growing thin, growing stronger by the day, the Speedmaster boats are still the fastest and the toughest around. Be sure to visit them up at Speedmaster on their website and their Facebook. Thank you again to Speedmaster for your support. A lot of guys right now kind of looking in on the looking glass, on the looking time trails here. Trying to focus in on what they're going to do next, what they're going to bring to the table here, and hopefully get themselves squared up in positions. Pit road's going to be a very busy little place. Well, I'm definitely interested to talk with TJ Lear and see if he's okay from his trip to orbit here. Give him a 1 quick minute here to kind of settle down and settle the truck up a bit. The asset URGP 1 year. Chevrolet Silverado looking pretty clean, pretty slick. And looks like he's going to be parking it down here to pit road. So, kind of leave him be. Kelly Hyatt, they're going to park it out. So, we'll talk with his teammate there. Both drivers are teammates as well, just for the record, as I mentioned just a minute ago. See, we get a call here. The Regiment 26 Toyota Tundra. Trying to get out of pit road here and get settled in. Just kind of waiting for everyone to kind of be put back in their spots, back in their position before we let Hyatt into the booth here. Looks like he is finally back with the track, so we'll go ahead and talk with him now. Race fans, in the number 26 Regiment Machine representing for the Tundra camp. This is Kelly Hyatt. Kelly, got a copy down there? Nope, looks like no copy there for Kelly. Looks like we have the mic off on our end here. Didn't want to quite talk with us. We'll see if Team JDM has a word or two. We got one of our guys now on the call here, and the 38 representing the Tundra camp as well. This is Patrick Jenks.
Hey, what's up? How we doing up here?
Well, doing all right, doing pretty good. Right now, it seems like you're doing all right too, sir. You're 9 spots up tied with the Hard Charger Award, sir.
Yeah, we got a really fast Toyota Tundra tonight. Just want to thank Dubby and Ryan Dyer, and we got a fast Tundra.
Fast Tundra indeed. You think she'll be able to last out long enough to win this one out, bud?
Well, as long as nobody else spins their tires in front of me, I feeling pretty good.
Sure there. All right, Jenks, thanks for your time here. Let's see what happens out there.
All right, thanks, Chris.
Well, he's not wrong about one thing. The tire spin earlier on kind of duked him and a few of these other guys, and I think that's kind of why a lot of them are very hesitant to get going hard on these restarts here. Stage number 1 is in the books. We have parked it down. Now we're looking to reel them in. To the Speedmaster restart zone, stage number 2, up and running. It's green flag action here to go again. Now the ultimate question is who's going to start really parking it up and taking a few numbers off this one. Final stage should be an interesting little race out there for these guys as we work their way off the corner decks and the lids turn to the back stretch, entering into turn number 3 and 4. And it is Philip Willis right now dealing with Patrick Yanks up on the outside, burbing him up. The Publix machine giving way to the W Energy 38. Slate, Tardif, and Dominic Lee now dealing with each other's company once more. 6th spot up for grabs. Stops in that top 10 battle. It's a pretty good little drive here for Tardif as he's managed to outclass him on the outside. You can see is currently trying to hold line, hold surface in, keep everybody kind of lower end on his track side. Jake's here running pretty hard and pretty aggressively. To be honest with you, I'm not really sure if that's just due to wanting to try to make his way to the field quickly or if he's just getting kind of antsy down there. Either way, he's got to be careful that right front doesn't get too cooked up and burnt up there. We've seen it before where you cook it up, you get too aggressive and too hard on that throttle. That right front gets cleared out of you quickly. Dominic Lee, trouble down there in the 31. Bigger trouble down there. He has got damaged up and he's got problems once more. Went from the hero to 0, unfortunately, and now has lost his. Not only went from losing his race lead, but also lost a little bit of his truck. The front of that nose damaged badly. Derek Keith, Patrick Jenks, and Matt Mingo holding the top 3 up right now for the Toyota camp. With the Toyota banner and all that is worthy of its opposing limit. Bit of a bounce back here in the Speedmaster Ford F-150. Julian Conde right now moving his way up to Hankel. Trying to get him up top a little higher. Does indeed. Closes the gap and now sends it to the bottom. Conde making a great charge here in the 7th spot. And that 18th again is the guy you got to kind of watch out for. Sometimes you can really lay it down. Sometimes he'll make sure you get laid down a bit. Bit of damage on the front of the nose of the 91 that could be slowing him down quite a bit. Could be holding up his progress here. That's not going to help us cause any if that is the case. Aerodynamics of these trucks can be cut through the air, but when they get damaged up or they get hurt the slightest bit, they then pretty much turn into a lawn dart that weighs a ton and harder to control. Moving them back to the chains, moving them back into position here. It looks like Willis, Tardif, Mingo going to go at it. Remember Tardif earlier on did have the race lead for a bit of a time or two. They kind of played hot potato as well with the rest of the crew and rest of the guys there. Neither one really able to gain the advantage or gain ground up. The only one that did for a time was Jesse Singleton. And he's right now currently hanging back in the top 10. Trevor Keith had an extremely good last minute run there, managing to pull up ahead of Matt Bingo and took out control. And he's not doing too far back now right now. He's about a full second ahead of Jinx here. Jinx trying to catch him. Jared Slade's onboard camera there kind of getting destroyed as he went right into the wall. Destroyed our camera equipment. That's not something you do around here, sir. Nevertheless, kind of pushing up the regards, pushing up the speed. Mingo and Tardif throwing hands and throwing haymakers at one another. Approaching halfway done with this race. Mingo, Tardif still going at each other's throats. Mingo's not letting them by that easily, but Tardif has had enough. Slings it to the bottom. Pretty impressive stuff here from these drivers, and just great onboard cameras here to really show you how close they're keeping it together. You gotta remember these tracks like Dover Motor Speedway, this isn't a matter of double file, triple wide, or any of that stuff kind of racing. This track is designed for one thing and one thing only: to teach these drivers how to handle the burn and the perm. This is an absolute clinic track. This is where you really have to just go throwing down and throwing hands at one another with not only the truck but also yourselves, because it's so difficult to keep everything online, to go through the wear and tear these equipments will put up and everything else that goes with it. That's why I always say, plan your strategies well and plan them good, because eventually it doesn't matter if it's a short or long run, that will come up, slam into the wall for both the 20 of Tyler Willard and the 14 of Jared Slate. Opening the door for Hinkle to come back into us, and back in it he does indeed. Josh Previtt also, he's making a comeback now. He gets a lap or two on the track, but the damage on the front and the back of that truck, very, very severe right now. And with as many laps he's down, I think at this point he may be thinking just to park it. Approaching about 25 more laps left to go, and then we will enter into stage number 3, our final stage of the day. Nothing left to the undertaking here for these drivers. The field has been pretty much on kind of speed control here, kind of taking each other's turns as easy as they can, while at the same time trying to master speed and power. We talked about earlier on with some of these fast-paced guys. Josh Previtt, the last time we saw him on an oval, he won at Bristol Motor Speedway in a pretty well-regarded situation, going hand in hand, head over foot, and one-on-one with two major contenders there. One of them happened to be that 24 earlier run of Hunter Bailey, who got completely nosed in and nosed out earlier. And same kind of happened to Previtt earlier in the race, actually going with the race lead in his possession. Had nothing he could really do about it. Singleton last week, Sonoma, I don't even know what to say about that. That was just an absolute clinic of a beatdown. He threw on the track and he threw at everybody. No one was safe and nobody could even figure out how to get around it. But he nearly lapped the entire field is what he did. Well, right now, currently, we're watching as Kelly Hyatt here in the 26 is trying to regain the position of the 8th spot for Justin Singleton, but Singleton is not making it easy for him. Joe Tardif, the first one to blink with the Glitchcrafted Gremlins on the attack here. The 20 of Tyler Willard here passed on by Black Rifle Coffee's number 20. Silverado passed by that Black Decker 51 Tundra Camp. Conde next on the list. One of only 2 drivers to come out here on the Fords. The other one, the other 31, it was the 31 of Dominic Lee. So Conde and Lee. And a bit of a ride around there, a little bit of position too. As we're speaking of a trading positions, Jenks and Keith paint swapping positions out. Jenks is your new leader. Got what, about 18 laps left to go. Again, he's now got to have to try to find a way to hold back, keep just a little bit longer here. Maybe find a way to keep his momentum up and under control. Last time we seen Conde, I believe, was really the beginning of this entire season, the beginning of this entire racing series for the SRM Truck Series of the Misfitz iRacing League. Parking them up top. Mingo, a little bit of a problem. Lets the 18 and Conde by. No trouble there. Good pass off there for the 18 camp. Mingo cannot be satisfied or too happy about that, but knows his juice is kind of getting cooked up here, and he had really anything left in that truck. I don't know if there is anything left in it at all. The way it's driving, the way it's coming off some of these corners, I would not presume so. Back stand in the crowds today here. Fans coming in the droves, so watch this one. Grant Turner right now dealing with company from Noah Hankel. Sharon Slate passed on by the 35 of Josh Previtt. Previtt, brand new little truck on that one, and the 35 has gotta be an unhappy camper still. Well, he's definitely not, he's not racing for positions at this point, because that's pretty much out of the gate. He's pretty much racing for anything he can even find. And something tells me he may be just trying to make sure he can outrun Dominic Lee. Dominic is out of this race today. Not sure that was just due to mechanical failure or if the officials called him back in for earlier on. Hard to really say. And caution flag flies. Trouble down there. Oh, there is big trouble down there. Grant Turner, Tyler Willard involved in the wreck here before we can enter into the stage break. Trying to get back to our camera system here. There we go. Finally, we got our cameras up. Oh! Yeah, that is not good. Turner with smoke burrowing from the front of the truck. And a lot of damage kicked up on his end. Turner got slightly loose, then got into the 20 as the 20 was trying to back off, and right there, Previtt just barely able to avoid that one. Willard, I gotta believe, not too happy though with that 7. Unfortunately, we'll go on the onboard camera here. Came right on out of turn number 1 and 2, and you can see as soon as he just drove up slightly, he backed off and he got back in the gas. You can see him trying to back off, but was no time for that. And then he's just kind of taking him along for the ride as much as that camera did. Turner with major damage up on the 7, so he'll have to get that cleaned up and fixed up quickly if he wants any chance to continue on here. Not a good sign for him and the team. Joe Tardif gonna stay out right now anyway. He will stay your race leader. And right now, those that have stayed out, they're going to look for the stage break here to be their saving grace. That's what they're going to be opting for. Those that are going into pit road are looking for the long haul into that final stage. That's going to be their ultimate game plan here. So very, very telling strategy from everybody involved. But nevertheless, should make for an interesting little scenario and situation about to be boiled up here. Got time real quick here. Let's swing it down to the number 12 here. Matt Mingo looks like he'll join us on the call real quick. Have a listen in to the driver of the number 12 camp here. He's been on the speed and on the verge here. We'll see what he's got in store for us here. Matt, you got a copy down there?
10-4, I do.
We got you indeed, sir. All right. Well, nevertheless, as the 12 Keystone Corner machine has been pretty much rocking and rolling throughout stage 1, stage 2, looking like nothing too different there in the top 5. But now with this final restart here in stage number 2, I mean, what's going to be going through the game plan here?
Push, pretty much. It's before I was kind of contemplating saving, you know, the good old clutch it and hope and pray.
Oh,
but now it's just going to be push.
Push indeed. All right. Well, Mingo, nevertheless, appreciate you taking time here real quick before he gets this restarted, sir.
Thank you.
Matt Mingo, ladies and gentlemen, taking a little time to chat with us there. Jesse Singleton, Patrick Jenks will be the 2 front runners in this one. And remember, we are finishing out stage number 2 here, so this is going to be a very, very tough maneuver and call here for everybody involved. They know they're going to have to stay very focused and on point and on edge with this race. Ready to bring him back to the green off of turn number 4. The Speedmaster restart zone sends them their way. We're back at it, just a few more laps. Jenks rockets it quick, trying to stay ahead of transition. Going to block a little bit to the top, now goes back to the bottom, stays right where he needs to. Hoping for Keith and Singleton to deal with each other. They're trying to make it a little bit more difficult to work around. The push starting to come from the rest. Pressure set of tires from Mingo and Henko right now. Henko even great maneuvering and great power through the speeds of the turns. Looking for any kind of stage points he can get or any kind of positions he can grasp on that edge too. Oh, Jenks into the wall, gets a little tap, and there goes Keith on the inside. didn't look like Keith had gotten that 38 as he was entering off the turn. Looked like maybe Jake's got a little bit tight and ended up slamming into the wall like we've seen many drivers do before today. Oh, they are packed, they are stacked, they are racked up a little bit. This is where things get interesting in the Monster Mile. The Monster likes what he sees. And I think he's feeding on the energy the crowd has given to him and given to the fans as well as the drivers as well. We're down to the final 4 laps to go. This time on by here before the stage. For stage 2. Jenks' little wall tap showing exactly how much damage that did, slowing him completely down from his run. If those RPMs aren't running and aren't screaming, that it is a tough little call to deal with, and he knows it. Here we go now, 3 to go. Mingo and Keith are going to go back out of here. You heard Mingo say earlier, the only thing he's going to do, push, push, push. He's pushing some limits. He's pushing some drive off. He's looking for Keith. Does he have enough time though? That last lap definitely tells the tale because it was pretty much dead even with one another. Neither guy giving an inch. Entering through off of turn number 4 this time on by here, and it will be Trevor Keith parking it down with 100 laps in and a stage break commencing. Oh, before it commenced though, he still got to finish it out. And Hunter Bailey nearly getting a piece of him there, giving Mingo a chance. Will he get that opportunity? He's going to roll him off down on turn number 4. And not to be this time. Keith will take home the stage break. Slight little damage on the rear end of that fender there for Keith. I don't know if that will affect him very much or if at all. Nevertheless, though, an impressive showing by all drivers involved and a good little battle bounce and a bounce back here for some of these guys. Drivers heading for a position, heading for track slates here. Looks like we're going to be getting quite a few of these guys into pit road. As we'll switch now to our top ticker here. Great view, great look again once more here on PTM Racing TV. Absolutely wonderful crowd, wonderful place and building here. We cannot thank you all enough for tuning on in today here to PTM Racing TV. Now, if you are new to the show as well, be sure to subscribe here on the channel if you so would and so please. We always have coverage and content coming up on the show and on the track as well as much as anything. So help support our channel, help support the track and everything. And we appreciate your support. So we have now we have conjured, we have concurred, we are doubling up our fields here once again. Race fans, 150 laps to the distance. We are 45 laps away from finishing this race out. And right now, Trevor Keith, winner of both stage breaks so far, looking to try to take home the final one. We'll lead them back down around. This is going to be a very telltale start here for these drivers as they come off a corner number 4. This time on by, final stage, up in the air. Wave the flag like I just don't care. It's time to finish. So we have started at the Monster Mile, Dover. Here we go. Their ways around right now. Every driver here just focusing in on our strategy, focusing on our goal. The goal, very simple. Fuel, 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 and tire. Close the gaps off when you can. Watch the tire limits when you need to. Focus on the driver in front, the driver behind you, and hope that these things do come together quite well. And look at this. Don't even tell me for 1 second the guy that went sky high and airborne earlier is actually got a chance at this. They say you never can expect anything less than the unexpected here on PTM Racing TV. If he can win this, I think we might need to give him a sky high nickname for this one. That he was high in this, he was higher than anyone. He was flying through into the backstretch, taking a little break as his teammate said earlier, and I don't even know what else to say about that. But he is doing what he can. Got company behind though. Joe Tardif, Philip Willis, and Noah Henkel continuing to make their way back into positions. Everybody's so quick to the pace, so quick on the nose and on the verge. No one left behind and no one left out on the positions here. They're just really trying to stay focused on their timing and stay focused on their shots here. Mingo got company up on his door panel here. Not only does he have Lear, but he's got old Tardif. Look at Tardif, man. He's just not giving an inch down there to anybody, especially Mingo. He is shuffling and throwing the wall right at him. Looked like he took him out for a steak, for a little bit of a McDonald's meal, and he ended up coming back with some steak and baked potato. And Mingo wasn't expecting a full meal course. Now he has to literally let it settle back down and relax here a little bit because he is set further and further back into the field. They're having to watch his timing, watch the shots. Trevor Keith just loving what he sees though. Nothing but flat land and or well, flat as you can say, land in front of him. And all drive ahead of him. TJ Lear right now getting kind of trapped between a rock and a hard place here with Matt Mingo in the 12 and the 4 of Philip Willis. Philip, these last couple races, has had nothing but trouble and anxiety-inducing problems in his truck and caused him to unfortunately not be able to finish out in the race. Right now, anyway, the way he is looking, it looks like his fortunes may have changed. 7 of Grant Turner going top side, got clinged around a little bit. The Tech machine got taken out completely earlier on, unfortunately, with the 20 of Tyler Willard getting into it with him. Now looking to get that same scenario thrown back at him right now, looking more to focus in on what he's got and what he's at stake with. Pressure starting to kick up. Keith actually passed in. Tardif, a huge run off here, and he takes full control of this race. We have a new leader again. Tardif able to get around Keith there, managing to pass him by and rank his speed through the marks. TJ Lear, Conde, and Noah Henkel now dealing with each other down in the positions into the track slate. Everybody looking pretty solid here. Even Kelly Hyatt with a huge run. Watch out for that 26. A madman on a mission, to say the least. Kelly Hyatt is not living up to anything less than full-on expectations. My. Henkel. Going up, going top side, blocked off there from the 26. Hyatt able to take control. Now it is TJ Lear having to sway back a little bit. Unfortunately, his strategy maybe not going the way he was hoping for. Then again, at this point, I don't know who's did. 31 laps now, there's 30 laps left to go. Henkel and TJ Lear just going to duke it out a little bit more with that 30 lap marker now hit. They know it is going to be go time at about 20 to go. Yeah, by go time I mean you better start pushing and start pressing your luck a little bit if you want any chance here. Casey Singleton now loading on from the distance, loading to go back from the shadow realm, and you can see he is on a fuel run strategy here. Fuel run strategy definitely going to be put into some good use. Lear struggling a bit. Henkel pucked back a bit too. Singleton now is starting to drill up a few of them and take full control. TJ Lear way into the field, losing back to Jake's lap down surprisingly, as well as the 20 of Tyler Wood on lead lap. Kind of crappling his way through and just hoping for the best here. Darren Slay making a good return in the 14 to the top 5. He is moving into the 14th spot for the 14 camp. Down one spot from qualifying, qualified third. Philip Willis right ahead of him. Looking maybe for an opposition, a little bit of a shot in the dark if at all possible. 26 laps left to go. Looks like they might be struggling to kind of bolster down this momentum. You can see the speed is just a little bit off. Doesn't really seem to phase them though, no matter what we do or what we say about it. Willis has been caught up to and now is being tracked down. This could get interesting here. Slade trying not to get that corner panel before. You've seen it though so many times already today. It doesn't matter if you got the corner panel, if you get that bumper. Eventually something gives and something will go. Oh, for a crossover though. Slate with a beautiful cross thread in between turn number 3 and 4, but that opened the door for Willis. Yeah, it really opened the door because here comes Hyatt. Oh my! That's not guns blazing. That's just blistering speed right there. No give, no quit. Kelly Hyatt is marching off this one. Man, oh man, that was a huge run through the corners and run through the field, and nothing to give and nothing to let loose off of. Currently in third with 13 spots up. Oh, they're in a little bit of trouble down there. Noah Henkel wrecked on the front straightaway, gets it refired. They continue to stay green. Tardif, though, is going to be parking it right up top of him. Didn't know where he was at. Man, just to avoid trouble, Keith right now has got a bit of ground to clear up. Tardif really using his wits and using his speed. Strategizing above all else, and I think that's exactly what he was hoping for. Everybody right now just plunging, pushing, and shoving anything they can, any way they can. Try to hopefully make it in here. And you can hear Singleton just backing off so much that fuel. There's a reason why the four Willis and Trevor Keith, they're both in pit road, which means Tardif. You best be careful there, sir, because they may be the next one on the chopping block. Singleton's going to go for the extreme strategy here and hope for the best. Sharon Slade next up, and it looks like he'll have a little bit of easy work. The Fury 14 heads to pit road. Kelly Hyatt still on out. Remember, Hyatt, Singleton, and Willard all went in on lap 104, 102 for Julian Condé. Tardif has no way in this chance he's going to be able to keep going. He has got a pit. He knows that he's going for pit road. Things are about to get spicy. New leader, Kelly Hyatt, 15 spots up. I say they're about to get spicy because really, we have a who's who of positions and track rank gaining ground from everybody here. TJ Lear now back out on the track as well, and Matt Mingo as they go head to head when they haven't been in the pit road for a while. Both have gone in since lap 90 and 89. That could be a very big problem, and by could be, I mean it is going to be a very big problem. They're going to have to both pit in eventually here. Which one will give in first, though? Could be two. What they're hoping for is a bit of a caution flag to bolster out and help out their cause. That would certainly make the difference and make a bit of a drive off for them, and they need it too. With 15 laps to go, this is really just anybody's race, anybody's timing of the shots here. Hyatt, though, pushing their luck and pushing themselves far beyond it between. Singleton's still about a second and 2/10 back. And Singleton has been just doing such a great job using the fuel mileage run ideals and plan, but now having to let by even lap traffic, he knows if that plan fails, it's going to backfire on him. Hyatt hopefully looking to keep ahead just for a little bit longer. Well, that's causing Hyatt to go up top side, nearly giving him some problems down there. Mingo and Lear have all entered into pit road. And just like that, this race completely flipped on its head. We went from hard racing to hard crashes to hard wrecks to now pretty much everybody putting on their little ride around here. Laps will go to 11. Hyatt caught up there by the 51 of Singleton. Singleton looking to maneuver through traffic. Grant Turner slowing him down, packing him back a few paces. Hyatt hanging in there. This is a very tough move here for both drivers. One shall wins, one shall face the consequences. 10 laps remain. Top 5 now on your screen. And those lap down drivers could change at any minute here too, by the way. That does not result in anything. Hyatt opening the door up topside again. Singleton racking himself back to the bottom. Opening coming up of turn number 4. Singleton looking for the shot into the turn 1. There it is. And gets a good charge off. Hyatt can't hold him down. Singleton is your new leader. But has he saved enough? Has he conjured enough to hold on just a little longer? 8 laps left. Yeah, we're going to go for it. There is no kind of half in it this time now. This is really, you go for it all. There is nothing left they can do. Hyatt has entered into pit road, and this is exactly what Singleton wanted to see, but I don't think this is exactly what he wanted to know. Hyatt was in pit road the same time he was, and he is right now currently in a very tough little predicament. 7 to go because he survived just a little longer. He is clutching the heck out of that thing right now, and if he goes into pit road, this is Tyler Willard's to lose. Willard right now strategizing above everybody else, in my opinion, and really making a great little comeback shot here. He's making sure everybody is well aware of what he's up to. 5 to go now for the 51. How in the heck is that 51, first of all, still driving, still running? Secondly, he hasn't even enough fuel to do this. This is beyond my ideals and my logistics. He is going to drive this thing into the ground. He's done. He's already lapped up to second place. Well, it's the only one that has not been lapped down yet. And thanks to Conde kind of slowing up Singleton, he had to go up to the top side to avoid trouble. That certainly won't help his cause any. 3 left. Willard hoping and praying right now while dealing with traffic. Two different IPLs, 2 different positions. Green flag high in the air. 2 laps remain. Keep a close eye and listen carefully. If you hear that truck go dead silent, he's clutching it, and if you hear it start to chug, 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 that means it's a little on fuel. It's time for the white flag to come on out. This is his race to lose. Now he just needs to keep it going with one more set. He saved the fuel for this long. Slamming the wall though on the back stretch. Can he hang on? He's gonna try to whip it around off of turn number 4. And this time on by, Jesse Singleton will hold off and win it at Dover. Well, you can't say he didn't deserve that one either. He dominates the heck out of Sonoma and comes to Dover and pulls off a flip of the road course strategies. And not only that, he just absolutely torments that truck into the ground. for one last leg up to be able to win this one here in Dover. What a performance. I think he was trying to just clutch it so he had enough to do some burnouts. I had to have at least 2 laps of fuel in there, it looks like. Immigrants are you're gonna try to do a burnout, double burnout. I don't know if it worked out that well. Alright, race results now popping up on your screen. Your winner today, Jesse Singleton taking it home. The 51 is, and then the 20 of Tyler Willard going second. The 1 of Joe Tardif goes third. 4th goes to the 48 of Trevor Keith. The 4 will go 5th of Philip Willis. 6th will be the 14 of Sharon Slate. The 26 Kelly Hyatt goes 7. 8 to Julian Conde, and the 18. 9th going to the 38 of Patrick Jenks, and 10th to the 85 TJ Lear. Rounds out the field. Well, there's only one last piece of business to deal with here, folks. It's time to take a listen in to our top 3 finishers of the night. And parking it down into the 3rd spot. We talked to them earlier. We talked a little while ago. They're going to come away with a nice little position today. Ladies and gentlemen, Joe Tardif comes away 3rd. And Joe, this was a long, long road to get through. And early on, it looked like you had the winning formula. But then it kind of went down to just holding on for dear life at that point, didn't it?
Yeah, definitely was the fastest truck, I think, by far in the field today. I had to pit before that last stage because I unfortunately made a pit road mistake, so I had to gain track position. And I knew they were going to be really, really close, so I just had to short pit, run the truck out, and hope I could make up the time, and they ran out.
Yeah, I definitely had to work that around and work that little track off. And, you know, we kind of talk about it constantly, too. I mean, the more and more you guys get to know each other and figure out these kind of races, the tougher it gets to really make a perfect decision on these kind of battles, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. It sucks. But, hey, I went to Dover. Out of all the cautions we had, I had 0 incident points and not a scratch on it.
That is
So,
John, indeed.
I'll definitely take that.
Absolutely. Well, nevertheless, though, as you come away today 3rd out of the bunch, who do you want to thank?
Of course, thank my team, JDJ Motorsports, Josh Previtt, Dom Previtt, for, just we've been together 10 years, man, trying to win trophies. Came up short.
Came up short, but nevertheless, Joe, still a great performance for you and the crew. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Joe Tardif going away 3rd today out of the bunch. Just coming away 2nd, so close to this one, but no cigar, but 12 spots up. The hard charger, Tyler Willard, your 2nd place finisher today. Tyler, this one was a flat-out drive it till it croaks, and that was exactly what you did, but Singleton just barely eked you out with that fuel run, sir.
Yeah, he did. We both were thinking the same thing. We both came down to have a full tank, and I don't know how he saved, but how he's managed to save enough. As soon as I crossed the finish line, it croaked out on me.
It croaked out on you, but I mean, you still put up a good little showing, put up a good little fight to the edge here. I mean, if there was anything you could have done differently, would you try to do anything else?
I'd have tried to save my tires on earlier in the race, because then I'd have been able to do the hard charging like I was doing all race later on in the run. But I'm still happy with a second place finish. Ain't bad for someone who hasn't placed outside above the top 5. So it's a pretty good run.
It is indeed, and a trip to the podium here, sir. So who do you want to thank?
Actually, I want to thank my wife for putting up with my racing for about all week. So yeah.
For sure there. Much love to her, and I think to you as well, sir. So nevertheless, congratulations on the 2nd place finish today.
All right, man. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, your 2nd place finisher out of the bunch, Tyler Willard, will have himself a day and a half, but the man that can call himself the man of the hour with the power and all, your race winner last week, this week's winner this week, Jesse Singleton, wins it at Dover. And Jesse, early on we were kind of wondering, was anyone going to be able to survive the monster's wrath in the lair, but you found a way to do it, and you managed to hold on to this one. This one's got to be a very big win for you and this crew today, isn't it?
Oh yeah, always. Every win you get's a big one, especially here. It's such a hard racetrack to tame. You know, the reason why they call it the Monster Highway. It'll just come up and bite you at any time.
It certainly can indeed, but you still manage to at least kind of avoid trouble and really stay focused on your driving line and your position. That strategy, though, I mean, saving that fuel and having a clutch in, we heard you for quite a while. How were you still able to really kind of build the speed back up to even catch these guys, though, as it was getting late into the run?
Really tire wear. You know, everybody else racing just wearing down the tires. I knew that was the biggest thing actually coming in here was going to be saving your tires. If you save your tires, I mean, saving fuel, if you're at the end of the run for that to pit, I was still got up to 6 seconds up in within the leader or so. So yeah, tire wear is a big thing. That's going to make or break this race. I knew that coming in. I didn't know how strategy was going to work out. We got a glimpse of it in stage 2 with me and Grant, and we kind of planned on it. We got to kind of test it out in stage 2. We had that caution, but yeah, and it worked out. Got me the win.
It got you the win, and it indeed worked out. Singleton, you got the win today. Who do you want to thank you for that, sir?
You know, the sponsors, Speedmaster and Boss Tech, you know, them always. Can't do it without them. You know, my family and all the fans.
For sure there. All right, well, Singleton, big victory for you, the crew today. Congratulations, sir.
Yep, thank you, Christian.
No problem. Ladies and gentlemen, Jesse Singleton wins it here at Dover. And a big thank you again as well to Speedmaster both for their support as well. And thank you everyone that tuned on into the show today. As our sun fades at Dover, we ask you guys have a safe trip home and a good night out. Thank you everybody that tuned on in. We love you from the bottom of our hearts. See you next time when the green flag flies.